Hi, everybody. My name is Nate Hogge, and this is my testimony. So, to begin, I wanted to start off by saying that I grew up in the church. I grew up in a Christian household. My mom and dad were very loving and caring towards me and raised me up in biblical principles. And so, as I grew up in the church, I grew up in a small little Baptist church in Wilton, Alabama. And I remember that in those times, probably from about 6 to 17, as I moved away from that church into a non-denominational one, I slowly started to not pay attention. I think that I was hearing the words that were being said, and I know how great God is, but I realized that I wasn't really comprehending how amazing His love was. I wasn't comprehending just how much He truly saved me from the pit, because I had never truly went through anything that was hard or anything like that, and even if I didn't, I think I was still living in sin regardless. So even though I had already put off the old body, I was living in the old habits. So as I grew up, from the ages of 11 to 17, or 6 to 17 really, I was kind of just living an empty life. I had this emptiness, this void inside of my heart that I kept trying to fill with people, with relationships, with pornography, addiction. I kept trying to fill my life with these things. And so because of that, I was empty. I had forsaken the teachings that my mom and dad had instilled in me. I had forsaken all these things, and I knew them. I knew that what I was doing was wrong, but I felt like I was stuck in a way. And in one word, I could describe myself as empty, stuck. Those are the words I could describe myself as. And so I remember there was one service. It was a Wednesday night service. It was acoustic worship. It was in the gym of another church because we were still in transition at the time. And I remember in that moment, I was sitting there praying in my chair. And I would look up from prayer, and it felt like scales had fallen off my eyes as Paul had scales fall off his eyes after Damascus. And I remember sitting there, and I just felt filled spiritually, miraculously. And I had never felt such joy in that moment. I never felt joy like that. And it was in that moment, like this, that I knew I'm going into ministry. I know that I have to. It's my calling. It's what I need to do. It's what I am called to do in my life, my purpose. And so if God can give somebody like me a purpose, a calling, and fulfillment, if God can give my dad fulfillment, who through his life was also an alcoholic, and he was addicted to things that could never even dream of, if he can save him and make him a godly man like he is today, if he can save Paul and make him a godly man like he is, and make him pretty much a writer of almost 2/3 of the New Testament, or a third of the New Testament, if God can save David from the many mistakes that he made, even as God's anointed, he can save you. And I encourage you with that today, that he can pull you out of whatever pit you might be in, and walk with you through whatever season of life you're in. I thank you guys for listening to me, and I hope that you feel encouraged today by the words that I've told you. Thank you.